Here we are, and the kickoff. Brigham Young coming out very strong in the box. But cut out by the Albuquerque Sol defense, who's got to deal with a lot of pressure here from Brigham Young right off the bat. And back to Isaiah Madrid, who has been in great form this season, scoring several goals and beautiful shots. Off of Brigham Young, Sol throw in. Finding some space in the middle. Number 12, Ivan Ramirez, kicking out wide. And a big cross there. And ball is playing on. Isaiah Madrid at the edge of the box. And a huge shot right off the back by Pacheco. Man down on Brigham Young. Referee is pausing the game. This particular center referee does let a lot of play continue. He says if you get injured, it better be a good one. We have a completely full house tonight. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Rio Grande Insurance Services, Power Ford, official sponsors of the Albuquerque Sol. And the game is restarted. Pacheco putting on some pressure. There seems to be a nice bit of urgency in the team tonight. Just exactly what we need here for our last home game. McAfee to Campbell. Campbell back to Madrid. All the way back to Carbajal, who will start the attack. Gandaria finding some space, looking into the middle, dropping it back to Carbajal. Carbajal with a long ball, finding its way to the Brigham Young keeper. All the number 4s in the audience today, in memorial of Pat Grange, UNM player Pat Grange. At a very young age, got Lou Gehrig's disease, took him out of this pro soccer contention. And now the Albuquerque Sol is memorializing him and doing everything they can for his cause to bring awareness to concussion prevention. It's been found that concussions cause all kinds of disease, including Lou Gehrig's disease, and we just got to do what we can to make sure our kids in the sports community have the best possible care.
Thank you, fans. Thank you, Pat Grange. And now let's once again get loud for your Albuquerque Sol.
Everybody's getting pumped for the game. In the name of Pat Grange, here we go. And BYU midfielder trying to go all the way through the defensive wall of Albuquerque Sol, but he doesn't know what he's dealing with. And now we're going the other way with it. Cut out once again by the defense. Albuquerque Sol testing the waters here on the Brigham Young defensive lines. Might see how well they defend against the dribble a few times before they start passing it around. Oh, Luke Lawrence receiving it in a very dangerous position there. Nice try on the chip. Barely off. Trying to find Pacheco through the seams there. Gandaria there. Excellent defensive play. Crossing it to Madrid. Isaiah Madrid with a shot blocked by the defense of BYU. Isaiah Madrid not giving him an inch there. Nothing comfortable. Once again out wide. Devin Mason there, creating the pressure, forcing the throw in. Pacheco receiving it in the box. Can he turn? Can he find one of his players? Amazing pressure there by Devin Mason. Letting him have nothing comfortable outside of their third. And now McAfee picks it up out to Isaiah Madrid once again, who sees a cross, finds the hands of the BYU keeper. BYU on a bit of a counterattack here. And Gandaria once again cutting it out. Albuquerque Sol doing an excellent job here, showing great control on the ball. Really hard to dispossess them at this point, it looks like. They look to have a much grander sense of confidence going into this game. And the beautiful timing there on the kick forward. And we have an opportunity in the box, a shot right to the hands of the keeper. Looking really promising today for the Albuquerque Sol. BYU dropping it back, not finding any options. Knocking it around. The Albuquerque Sol unit is shifting over. Looking to have really good shape here. Really visible for each other. These yellow jerseys, they can't miss each other. Nice call by the organization. Brigham Young finding a space there to take a shot far off. Victor Rodriguez will be okay with that if that's all they get. Off a deflection, that's a BYU corner kick. The fans are probably thinking Albuquerque Sol has a bit of an advantage here on these corners, as we've got a couple of tall defenders in Carbajal. And Isaiah Madrid with a foot on it and knocking it out for a throw-in. Brigham Young. And the ball goes out to the frustration of Brigham Young. Midfielder screaming wildly at the referee. He might want to wait a while before he gets frustrated. BYU finding some space in the middle of the field here. Lots of pressure on both sides here, not making it easy on anybody. Brigham Young streaking into the third of the Albuquerque Sol, but cannot connect. Now Isaiah Madrid finding a seam, drops it to McAfee, who quick touch out to Mason, who does a beautiful ball to Pacheco. Let's see if Pacheco can find someone. Excellent attempt there. Creating a corner kick for the Albuquerque Sol. First corner kick of the game. Don't corner yourself into a hotel that's not comfortable for you. Go to Hotel Cascada, an urban resort, official hotel of the Albuquerque Sol. And the ball flies in. McAfee picks up the trash. Gandaria with a nice one-touch. Keeping possession there. Now to Isaiah Madrid. Always lively. Albuquerque Sol throw in. Luke Lawrence dispossessed to the feet of McAfee. Gandaria's quick feet. Dropping it back to Campbell there, who's come up huge for the Albuquerque Sol so many times this season. Albuquerque Sol seem to be passing it around beautifully today. Almost found the seam there. Dropping it back. Albuquerque Sol creating the pressure needed here, leaving BYU no good option, so they send a long ball into the capable hands of Victor Rodriguez, no problem. Isaiah Madrid with time to turn. Knocks it out to Mason. Mason, nice ball into Lawrence. Lawrence with a little bit of a wild pass, but picked up by his center midfielder. And now Isaiah Madrid trying to find some space. And he's onside. A beautiful pass to the corner there, where Pacheco just on the line. Devin Mason finding Pacheco once again, keeping possession of the ball, dropping it back to Campbell, who's got some time to look up. Almost finds Isaiah Madrid in the seam. The lanes are getting tight. Both teams are going to have to find a very special moment, combination of passes to really break down the other team. And this could be a very bad moment for the Albuquerque Sol as they give up a pass. And Victor Rodriguez coming out to make the save. Once again, coming up huge for the Albuquerque Sol defense. Nothing made easy. Victor Rodriguez with a double save. Once again. No foul there. Strong body there by the center mid, Ricardo Perez. Ricardo Perez staying strong. Pacheco being smart with the one-touch drop. Isaiah Madrid finding some space for McAfee there, who's got one to beat. And Pacheco streaking to the box, almost finding the angle. McAfee's coach, the Sol, might urge him to take on that player there. Try to get a shot off on a deflection, anything. We want to see some shots tonight. And the final home game of the Albuquerque Sol. You know these players are hungry for action. For that one angle, that one moment where they can show the crowd here how much they care. And there's the shot by Luke Lawrence, always sailing to the left side of the bar there. But that's just what we want to see, that hunger, that confidence on their shot. Testing that goalie is the #1 priority right now. This goal kick is brought to you by Rude Boy Cookies, official sponsor of the Albuquerque Sol. If someone's listening, I need a Rude Boy cookie right now. Chocolate chip and pecan, please. And the ball goes out for an Albuquerque Sol throw in. Excellent defense once again by Campbell. Another throw in for the Sol. If you've been following the Sol, you would see that this team has slowly but surely been building up their skill as a team from when we first saw them this season. They are now a very strong unit defensively and offensively. It's a pleasure to start seeing what this team can do. The ball out for an Albuquerque defensive moment here to prove themselves in the box in the defensive moment. And a corner kick for BYU. Victor Rodriguez teeing up, McAfee heading it out. Pacheco finds the ball. Can he find one of his players? And he tried to take on one too many guys there. And offsides, a big scare there for the Albuquerque Sol defense, resulting in an indirect free kick. Devin Mason looking around, slotting it to Campbell, who finds McAfee in space. That space is quickly broken down by the energetic BYU. Both teams seem to want this victory. At this point, it is any man's game. A beautiful chip there to Pacheco, who's got a bit of a breakaway. Can he find the shot? Another chance. Isaiah Madrid saving it from out. Oh, but it just passed the line. A huge opportunity for the Albuquerque Sol there. The Sol coach might urge Pacheco to take that shot next time instead of passing it in. McAfee finds space once again. Will not lose the ball this time. Refuses. Just the kind of urgency we need here for the Albuquerque Sol final home game. They know this season is quickly coming to an end. They're going to put everything they got into this one. Trying to take on one too many players. It's the type of confidence we like to see. Now we've got to match that decision-making process with the confidence, and we have ourselves something extremely special, folks. Sol keeping their shape there in the middle. Letting BYU pass the ball around aimlessly. BYU finding some space in the middle and finding a shot sailing on the left side of the post. A huge sigh of relief from the Albuquerque Sol. Was not a comfortable moment for the Albuquerque Sol defense. Sol goal kick. This goal kick brought to you by Maverick Web Marketing, official sponsor of the Albuquerque Sol. Another sponsor, Delivered Dish. If you need food on the go, call up Delivered Dish. And Pacheco with another beautifully timed run. How many of those is he going to get before there's a goal in the back of the net? A nice cross there by Isaiah Madrid. Can we find another service from the side? And the ball is tackled out for an Albuquerque Sol corner kick. Ricardo Perez out there in the corner, fielding the service, and it swings in up top, up high. Carbajal there. A huge moment there in the box for the Sol as Carbajal sends it across the goal. Nathaniel Pacheco getting on the end of it, but getting blocked. Oh, a foul there. The referee is going to want to throw a yellow card there. A caution is definitely deserved, as the Albuquerque Sol there had to stop that attack. It's one of those fouls you're not going to regret. BYU finding some excellent little passing opportunities, but cut out by the Albuquerque Sol. See if they can regain their composure here. 20 minutes into the first half. And McAfee in the right place. Fielding a beautifully timed ball, but the keeper for BYU comes out just at the right time.
Once again, fans, make sure to purchase those 50/50 raffle tickets. We do have
BYU dropping it back.
once again, half of those proceeds will go to the winner, and the other half
Sol keeping their shape. Jose Madrid keeping pressure.
50/50 raffle tickets. Your chance to win
Excellent communication there.
charity. Once again, that drawing will be at halftime, so you need to make sure to get those tickets before the end
Albuquerque
of the first half.
Sol trying to cut out this attack, and they do. Beautiful defensive tackle there. Now we've got Isaiah Madrid on the right side. Cutting into the middle. Can he find a beautiful ball there? Can he set himself up for a shot? Pacheco couldn't quite find the end of that. The ball rolls into the corner for BYU to pick it up. Little chip there by BYU to find their number 17, who controls it nicely, but has to drop it back. And now their striker is streaking forward, but cut out beautifully by Devin Mason once again, who's time after time come out huge for the Albuquerque Sol. Great speed and strength by the Albuquerque Sol defense. Gandaria finding Pacheco in a beautiful space. Can he finish? This is it. No one's there. Did he not? He's not looking around for his teammates. Isaiah Madrid not streaking in for that service, but Pacheco had time there. He had to look up, had to take the shot. Didn't quite have the confidence he needed there to chip it into the corner. You can only imagine now he's going to want to take some shots to get those kinks out and to get his confidence back up. BYU shifting the ball around. BYU finding an attack, but well cut out by Campbell once again. And Pacheco is called off sides, though from the fans' perspective, it was right on the line. Can't argue with the refs, though, can you? Unless you have slow motion replay like we do in the World Cup. Unfortunately, we don't have that here, so we'll just have to take it for granted. Foul there. Fantastic nature. He fell, and he had to make sure that the referee knew that that was a foul.
Who wants an Albuquerque Sol scarf? Get loud. Show Lyncher down here that's rolling with the scarf. Working his head as well.
A long ball here. The BYU finds the ball in the corner. Trying to wait for his players. And the Albuquerque Sol once again walls up, bounces everything off. They're giving away t-shirts now, throwing into the audience and the crowd. Everybody on their feet.
Looks like he might have one more.
And the fans are happy tonight. Oh, a nice give and go there by BYU, but it's cut out. And now counter attack going the other way. Ricardo Perez. Can he find his teammate? Had to drop it back to his number 12, Ivan Ramirez. Ivan Ramirez looking for a seam. Finding Perez. Perez to McAfee. Mason streaking on the right side, but McAfee wasn't ready. And the ball rolls into Pacheco. Can Pacheco turn and shoot? Can he turn and shoot? Oh, it was to Madrid. Madrid will not want to see that replay. That was a huge opportunity for the Albuquerque Sol. Pacheco found the composure to give it to Madrid, one of their top scorers. And a moment reminiscent of the USA against Belgium there. In the last moment of the game, hitting it over the bar, right in front of the goal. Albuquerque Sol is looking increasingly dangerous. Now they will be looking for the back of the net. Keeping that shot on target. They're not having a hard time breaking down this BYU defense. It's just a matter of time now. The seams are starting to loosen up already with 26 minutes into the first half. We're going to see some exciting things happening here the rest of the game. Lawrence keeping the pressure on. BYU finding some possession on the right side, trying to do some fancy footwork, but he has to drop it either way. This is a dangerous spot here. And cut out. A beautiful defensive play. Victor Rodriguez saving the day once again. It looked very bleak for a moment there. Carvajal got a foot on it, and Victor Rodriguez diving for the turning shot. BYU is going to have to work especially hard tonight to get a goal in the back of the net. Another moment of defense for the Albuquerque Sol back line. And headed away for another corner kick for BYU. Don't get cornered in an insurance policy you'll regret. Go with Rio Grande Insurance Services, official sponsor of the Albuquerque Sol. The last rays of the sunset hitting Ben Rios Field here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, reminding us of what a beautiful night it is to play soccer. A rainstorm in the far distance there. It's a beautiful night. And the ball crossed in with a beautiful defensive header out by Gandaria. BYU searching for a cross. Isaiah Madrid making it very difficult. Being in the right position at the right time. Another sponsor of the Albuquerque Sol, AYSO, Albuquerque Youth Soccer Organization. Soccer starts here, ayso.com. Albuquerque Sol gives the ball away easily there. But then picks it up just as easily with McAfee taking the lane. Gandaria trying that long ball once again. Might not be the opportune moment. Luke Lawrence supplying that pressure along with Pacheco. And another long ball from BYU going nowhere. This goal kick is brought to you by ABQ Trolley Company, official sponsor of the Albuquerque Sol. Carbajal starting the attack from the defensive zone. BYU seems to be tightening up here in the 30th minute of the first half. A beautiful turn there by BYU midfielder. BYU slotting it in, but they slotted it into the wrong place. Devin Mason with a huge slide tackle. Giving up a corner kick for BYU, but cutting out the attack. And they play short and quick, crossing it in to the wall of the Albuquerque Sol defense. Dribbling through. A deflection, finding another corner for BYU. Albuquerque Sol tightening up their defense. Victor Rodriguez ready to punch it out here. Amazing job by the Albuquerque Sol defense. Flying into that space, giving no chance to BYU. And another defensive header from the back line. McAfee. Back to Carbajal. Sends a huge ball forward. Trying to find Perez there. BYU trying to play it around, out of pressure. They find their back line, swinging it around. Isaiah Madrid right there in position to take out the angle. Very dangerous position. Unlucky for BYU. Found nobody. Isaiah Madrid almost knocking it over BYU for a beautiful little possession there. Unlucky. BYU throw in. Big cross there. Creating space for themselves on the right side. BYU. Brigham Young. Mormon country here against the Norteños. The Albuquerque Sol searching for a bit of composure here. BYU knocking it around. Referee says, get up. I'm not calling the little ones today. If you're going to go down, it better be for a good reason. Madrid with a nice little flick on. Pacheco not coming back to the ball. Dispossessed. Here's BYU losing possession to Perez. Pacheco picking it up. Finding McAfee. McAfee finding Lawrence. Lawrence to Pacheco there. Finding a seam in the middle. Pacheco not quite finding the angle there. Slotting it right into the defense of BYU. BYU, a beautiful ball forward, finding their striker. Their striker in a dangerous place in the box. Dropping it back to their midfielder, who's wide open. Offsides there as the shot is pulled off by BYU. would not have counted. Ball is kicked over the wall there of trees. There might be a young soccer player who wants to go find a new ball for themselves over here in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
It's kind of like antimatter. It doesn't even exist. It's like nobody wanted that here.
Referee has to inspect the ball. It's not a regulation ball. He's got to get the right ball. Referees love getting the right ball. They can't have a ball that's not the proper ball that they inspected before the game. It's got to be a referee inspected ball. He's happy with that one. Carbajal. Back to Campbell. Knocking it back around with Carbajal. Lots of pressure there from BYU, creating problems. Starting to get pretty hectic there in the midfield. And a wild pass into the safe hands of Victor Rodriguez, who quickly rolls it out to Devin Mason for a counterattack. Lawrence finding that control. And it's a throw-in for BYU. Players are starting to get frustrated. Might need to take a few breaths there, find some composure. Perez there, creating pressure, forcing them to make quick passes. Beautiful pass there by BYU, finding their outside midfielder streaking in. A beautiful tackle there by Campbell. Referee decides there was a tackle from behind. Carbajal kicks the ball out after the whistle was blown and uselessly picks up a yellow card. His coach will not be happy with that decision. Well, that yellow card brought to you by Pacheco Bail Bonds. When life hands you a yellow card, go to Pacheco Bail Bonds, official sponsor of the Albuquerque Sol. Carbajal showing a little frustration here. And they thought that was a clean tackle, but the referee saw it as a tackle from behind. Not the position they wanted to find themselves in, as the ball is dead center of the field, 30 yards out. Direct free kick, number 11, trying his luck, hitting the top of the wall. No go. Sorry, says the Sol. Not this time. And the Sol pick up a throw-in. Big throw, finds Isaiah Madrid, who tries to find someone in the center. McAfee and Pacheco just aren't in the right spot for that. Big kick by BYU. Finding Carbajal and Campbell, finding some space there with his speed. Can he find a pass? A beautiful pass there. Perez finds his space on the outside, one to beat. And he does. Can he cross it in? Can he find that service? Drops it to McAfee. McAfee crossing it in. Obviously not seeing his player there. Just crossing it in hopes one of them will find his way. This does not look good for the Albuquerque Sol. Victor Rodriguez, a beautiful one-handed save there as BYU tries to chip it over off a breakaway. Beautiful shot, but an even more breathtaking save by Victor Rodriguez, who seemed to hang there in the air, floating to make the fingertip save. And the ball sails in from the corner kick. And Victor Rodriguez once again knocks the ball out of the box. And a shot by BYU sails out for a Albuquerque Sol goal kick. This goal kick brought to you by Wise Pies Pizza, official sponsor of the Albuquerque Sol. I've been there. It's pretty good. You go, you pick out all your ingredients to make any pizza you want. All the same price. Wise Pies Pizza. BYU keeper screaming at the top of his lungs at his players. Probably need a vocal coach after this game. Hopefully he's using his diaphragm there. Carbajal cutting it out, sending it out, trying to find his player. Luke Lawrence might have a bit of speed there. Oh, a beautiful slide tackle by BYU. It was the chance there for a moment of glory. Not quite connecting, but here's Pacheco. Excuse me, Perez there. Getting the ball into Luke Lawrence. Luke Lawrence to Madrid. Madrid with a shot. One-handed save. Pacheco comes in. It's a huge goal. Ladies and gentlemen, Albuquerque Sol up 1-0. That's right. The crowd is on their feet. They're running into the audience. They're saying thank you. The final home game. That's Isaiah Madrid to his teammate up front, Pacheco there. A relationship in the making. Right before halftime here, folks. Huge play by the Albuquerque Sol. A surge of energy injected into the crowd of the Albuquerque Sol here. It is a packed house, and everyone is on edge here. Can the Albuquerque Sol maintain this 1-0 lead going into the second half? Isaiah Madrid there, cutting out the defense. BYU crossing it, creating some space for themselves. Sol is content in playing the zone here. And it pays off with a huge long ball by BYU into the capable feet of Victor Rodriguez, who can take his time here. Waiting for the clock to run down in regulation time. We have 1 minute left in the first half before injury time kicks in. As the ball is punted into the halfway line. McAfee here staying on his feet, keeping the ball. Excellent drop there to keep possession. And a beautiful chip over. Almost finding the feet of Perez out there. You could always guess that the Albuquerque Sol would have to get a goal in this half. One opportunity after the next. Right in front of the goal, right in front of the keeper of BYU. Albuquerque Sol keeping their shape.
Official time is kept on the field. We will have
45 minutes gone and 1 minute of injury time left on the clock. And the ball deflected into the capable hands of Victor Rodriguez. Safety. Injury time brought to you by the Law Office of Brian K. Branch, official sponsor of the Albuquerque Sol. Travis Campbell, number 19, ready in the middle there. Gandaria, beautifully done, cutting out the BYU attack. Victor Rodriguez telling his teammate to advance. And a long ball up there, out of bounds for an Albuquerque Sol throw in. And there you have it, the end of the first half. Albuquerque Sol 1, BYU 0. And we are back with Streaming New Mexico. I'm Ron Weisberg here with the live play-by-play of the Albuquerque Sol. Sol has a 1-0 lead here going into the second half, and a huge ball there to Isaiah Madrid, who almost finds the end of it for another goal right off the bat here. Albuquerque Sol have the confidence and the urgency. Let's see if they can keep the composure. And this is their game in the bag. No foul there. Play on. Isaiah Madrid turning, spinning, finding space. Back to Isaiah Madrid. Beautiful ball. And Luke Lawrence to the corner. And Gandaria finds it, keeps it. Bit of a poor service there into the box, but once again looking good for the Albuquerque Sol. A bit of a confused collision there. BYU flailing their arm, creating a foul there. Campbell a little slow to get up, holding his shoulder. Hopefully he's all right there. Gandaria trying to find Pacheco. Isaiah Madrid is dispossessed. Beautiful job by Gandaria, giving no angle there. Carbajal, wonderful composure there by the defense. Give and goes, finding Isaiah Madrid on the left side. He's going to want to take a shot. And a deflection into the hands of the keeper. Just exactly what we want to see from Isaiah Madrid. Perez there. Lawrence finding Isaiah Madrid. Back to Lawrence. Lots of pressure. Back to Madrid. Can Madrid find some service? Spinning into the hands of the keeper. BYU having to push hard out from their defensive third. BYU, a tackle, a beautiful tackle there by Carbajal. BYU striker staying on the ground, finally getting up. Something went wrong for him. There are no close-ups tonight. As far as I'm concerned, Carbajal had a clean tackle. Referee comes over to check it out. Everything's fine. He's going to have to get up and suck it up. throw in for the Albuquerque Sol. BYU starting it back from the center. Deflection there. Finding McAfee. Out wide for the Albuquerque Sol. And not quite the service they were looking for. A crowd here looking for another dazzling performance from the Albuquerque Sol. One last half here. As Pacheco cuts out that pass between the defenders, creating another throw-in for the Albuquerque Sol. And the ball finds its way to Luke Lawrence, to McAfee. Back to number 12, Ivan Ramirez. Out wide. Jacob Gandaria to McAfee. McAfee finding a turn there. He's going to want a shot. No, he passes it off. Pacheco almost finding the end of it. And Perez finding in the center. The referee says that is all ball. Contact was incidental. Number 7 of BYU trying to find some service. All he finds is the defense of the Albuquerque Sol. James Urbany out there. Or Devin Mason, actually. The keeper coming out and making a huge save there. Keeper change. Lucas Champenois has come in here in the second half. That's a beautiful ball. Luke Lawrence setting up a shot. He did keep it down. He did keep it powerful. He's got to find the corner of the net there if he wants to make his mark on this game. They are working the keeper. Brigham Young. Gandaria finding a little space on the left, chipping it, trying to find Pacheco. Isaiah Madrid flying in energetically, trying to draw the foul there. And once again, Travis Campbell coming up huge, cutting out the attack, and ending up kicking it hard against the defense there of BYU, bouncing back into the safe hands of their keeper. Gandaria out to Madrid. Madrid finding some space, splitting that defense out to Gandaria, who has the speed. He cuts in. He's going to find a shot here. Always so close. Spinning out wide. A beautiful attempt there. Another beautiful setup by Isaiah Madrid, who threaded the needle there to set up that pass. Gandaria showing his skill from the back, the defensive line. Looks like he could have a calf strain. Hopefully he shakes it off. Goal kick here for BYU. And McAfee goes up for it, not making it easy. BYU finding the ball, but dispossessed by Carbajal. Right back to BYU. And Carbajal coming up with it again. And it's a throw-in for BYU. Questions for the referee. Was there a foul there? Fortunately for the center referee, there is no instant replay. Dangerous spot here, but cut out. Now there's a bit of a counterattack snuffed out there by BYU. Luke Lawrence almost found the entire length of the field. And some kind of free kick called there, possibly a handling. And we've got runners streaking into the corner. Painful slide tackle there by BYU for an Albuquerque Sol throw-in. Taking his time here. And the ball finding Pacheco. Always there. Always posting up. And he crosses it to Madrid, who's in the corner with one to beat. Can he find a shot here? And he does! It's a huge goal! Isaiah Madrid with one man to beat. Rolling into the corner of the box. Looking up. Finding the back post with an absolutely stunning finish. A finish that you see only at the top levels of the game. Isaiah Madrid really coming through today for his fans. Really showing something magical here for the Albuquerque Sol. What a goal. 11 minutes into the second half, and Isaiah Madrid showing his magical skills. I just can't say enough the profound effect Isaiah Madrid has had on the game. First an assist, and now just an amazingly accurate shot off the post into the back of the net, leaving the BYU keeper absolutely clueless. That ball, there was just no way a keeper in any level of the game could have done anything there. That goal was brought to you by Power Ford, official sponsor of the Albuquerque Sol. The power on that. Now, BYU throw in with some questions there. Whether it was a foul or perhaps BYU kicked it out, no matter. No matter. Albuquerque Sol up 2-0 in the second half here of their final home game. Things could not be better for the Albuquerque Sol. We have fans going down into the concessions to get more shirts, to buy a second shirt. Pat Grange is smiling from the clouds on New Mexico right now. It's a beautiful night here for the Albuquerque Sol. Brian Windsor comes in. For Ricardo Perez. Some chaotic confusion there in the back lines of BYU. Looks as if Albuquerque Sol has the composure here. Let's see if Carbajal can get rid of that ball, and he draws a foul. This free kick is brought to you by Exhibit Solutions, official sponsor of the Albuquerque Sol. Substitution for BYU. Can they inject some kind of composure into their team? That substitution brought to you by Hotel Cascada, Urban Resort, official sponsor and hotel of the Albuquerque Sol. Gandaria here, finding space, crossing it in. Luke Lawrence attempting a very athletic kick. A chilena. Not the best technique there, as Maradona might say, but the crowd was pleased nonetheless. You guys want through? BYU throw in. Huge cross for BYU. They've got to do anything they can now to fight these angles. And all they can do is kick it out of bounds. The Sol here, led by the likes of Isaiah Madrid, are not giving up an inch, even with 2-0 on the score sheet. Pacheco once again flicking it on, finding their player. Luke Lawrence finding it in the box. What can he do with it? A huge deflection. What a moment in the box for the Albuquerque Sol. Once again, finding the threading needle, creating a corner kick. Isaiah Madrid trotting over. He's going to curve that ball in. Hopefully to the back door there where Fabian Carvajal is ready to knock it forward into the goal with his head. And here we go. Beautiful service. And a shot deflected by the defense of BYU. BYU with a counterattack here, but Albuquerque Sol still has numbers. BYU drawing a foul and drawing a caution. Center referee is not afraid to throw cautions. Doing everything he can do to control the game. It's a thankless task. Can't exactly thank him for carding our player, but can thank him for doing the best job that he possibly can. It was a bit of a wild tackle, was a little reckless, but it is the last home game and we are not going to lose. Ball goes out for a BYU throw-in. Excellent defense by Gandaria, who anticipates every moment here on this left side of the Albuquerque Sol defense. Isaiah Madrid. Campbell forcing a long shot. BYU trying to knock a ball around, trying to find an angle that the Albuquerque Sol does not have covered. Does not look easy for them tonight. Nice heel pass, creating a little space. Nice overlap. And dropping it back. And BYU finding a bit of space there, crossing it in, only to find this safe head of Gandaria. Excellent shape being kept here by the Albuquerque Sol. Checo running to pressure that ball. Offsides called there.
Offsides against the Cougars. Indirect to the Sol.
Sol get to recompose, restart their attack here. Let's see what they can put together now. Isaiah Madrid pushes out wide. And what do you know? The ball shoots over to the area of Isaiah Madrid. Luke Lawrence finding the ball at his feet. Almost getting what he wants. Just a little bit off with his touch. Darren McCaffey cutting it out. There's Ramirez. Isaiah Madrid up to Luke Lawrence, who's got his speed there. And the referee decides that he is calling it on the edge of the box.
Foul against the Cougars. Direct kick to your soul.
BYU clipped him on the way around. Referee decided that was on purpose, and a yellow card is thrown. Calling it both ways, says the referee. We can thank him for that.
This forward free kick is brought to you by Power Ford. Are you Ford type? Visit Power Ford on I-25 and Montano.
A very dangerous moment here for Isaiah Madrid. I know he's looking at that left corner. Deflection off the head of the wall there, BYU. A corner for the Albuquerque Sol. This corner kick is brought to you by American Tent Rentals. Isaiah Madrid teeing up for another corner kick. Gandaria showing short. Very dangerous moment. Isaiah Madrid crossing it in. Oh, the keeper with the presence of mind to come out, throwing himself in front of the ball to save his team there. Another beautiful job by the Albuquerque Sol in creating another opportunity. And a lot of speed shown here. Ramirez there showing his wheels. BYU not really knowing what to do in this situation, not knowing how to break down this defense. Trying everything they can. Even kicking the ball up as high as they can. Not going to do much. Nice composure here by the Sol, knocking it around. Pacheco finding a bit of space on a lucky deflection. Trying to find Madrid in the seam, his cousin. Pacheco and Madrid. It's a family affair here. As Madrid with an assist to his cousin in the first half for the first goal. Then finding the corner of the second goal. And this is not a good Carbajal coming back after his mistake to make the save.
Great defensive teamwork by the Sol.
He would not have appreciated that goal if it hit the back of the net. He would have blamed himself. Good thing he got back there to make the save. Carbajal will want to be careful there, as they might see that as a weakness in the squad and try to take advantage of his footing. And a beautiful shape here, leaving no options for BYU. BYU come up with the ball once again on the dispossession. Carbajal once again, no. Campbell once again, the defensive header. BYU finding themselves inside, but another defensive clearance. And Luke Lawrence finding the ball, giving it to Madrid, who's got Gandaria on his left. Oh, beautiful. Drawing the defender to the right, then kicking it to the left. Creating a throw-in to the Albuquerque Sol.
Substitution for your Sol.
Sol call for a substitution. Luke Lawrence on his way out. Julio Velasquez on his way in. Sol here taking a moment in their substitution to compose themselves. 24 minutes into the second half. They are looking very strong. Getting more opportunities. More defensive plays. Finding themselves in the box once again. McAfee might have taken a one-touch shot there. Decided to be unselfish. Perez coming up with another defensive play in the midfield there. Excuse me, Ramirez. Madrid back to Ramirez. Carbajal, can he find it? Nearly a perfect pass to Gandaria, but spinning out of bounds. BYU is going to have to find something in their wheelhouse that we have not seen yet. This might be an opportunity for them. But they chip it all the way over to Isaiah Madrid. The last. And there you have it. Isaiah Madrid unsure of the ball there. Forcing a foul is the striker there for BYU. Isaiah Madrid had to make the play, or it was a one-on-one with the keeper. And he is not about to let that happen. Isaiah Madrid might thank the referee there for not pulling out the yellow card. BYU might be a little upset. But that doesn't upset anyone over here on the Albuquerque Sol crowd. Let's see if BYU, the Cougars of Brigham Young, have any kind of special touch in their arsenal. The only thing I can say is I think it's going to hit the head of Carbajal. It's a very dangerous moment here for the Albuquerque Sol defense. And it's sailing over the bar. Nothing to it.
Shot goes wide. Goal kick to the Sol.
Albuquerque Sol goal kick. This goal kick is brought to you by Delivered Dish. If you need food on the go, Delivered Dish. Albuquerque Sol official sponsor. Carbajal kicking a long ball to nobody, but finding its way to Velasquez, then to McAfee, and McAfee just giving it away. The BYU here, number 11, lots of speed, finding his way in the box with the ball, but now showing huge frustration as the ball goes out for a BYU throw-in. No, looks like a corner kick.
Corner kick to BYU.
You've always got to trust the Albuquerque Sol defense in this situation. I've seen it time and time again. It is hard to score on them on a corner. And once again, McAfee knocking it out.
Throw it to
BYU Cougar throw-in. Another defensive header, and another. And Isaiah Madrid clearing the ball to safety. BYU inflicting a lot of pressure on the back line of the Albuquerque Sol in the past 5 minutes. Let's see if Albuquerque Sol can regain composure here. It looks like a beautiful spin there from Ramirez to find Gandaria spinning the ball to Pacheco. Unlucky. BYU gets a throw in there. BYU finding some space, splitting the ball. A nice one touch there. And it's chipped over. A dangerous spot and a goal for BYU. It was a beautiful run by the BYU number 11 striker. Albuquerque Sol has got to regain their composure. They have been dominating the entire game. In the last 5 minutes, they've taken their foot off the gas pedal, and now it's time, and they know it. They've got to put that foot back on the gas pedal and finish this game out with 15 minutes left in regular time. 15 minutes left in their last home game. They have got to put this away. They have got to put this to bed. They have no options. Gandaria crossing it. Keeping composure. Once again, they just pass it away. In the first half, every pass was to feet, and now they just seem to be giving it away. Julio Velasquez finding the ball here. And drawing the foul. Pacheco. Velasquez dropping it back to Gandaria. Excellent here. Keeping composure, keeping possession. Exactly what they need to do. And a long ball finding Madrid. Cut out barely by the BYU defense. Only to give the Albuquerque Sol another corner kick in another dangerous position. This corner is brought to you by Lynn's Chinese Buffet, official buffet of the Albuquerque Sol. And the ball swings into the back net. A beautiful header. Oh, going right over the post. It almost looked like it was floating over the keeper into the back corner. From the angle from the stands, it looked like it could have gone in. Just another example of the danger of the Albuquerque Sol poses. Another attempt on a long ball. And going the other way with another long ball. Seeming handling. The center referee saw the handling, but for some reason the linesman leaving it all on the shoulders of the center referee might not be the best path to take. Unless he likes fans screaming in his ear. I think some fans might want to ask some questions.
Ron, you're on fire.
I love giving hell to the referee. Well, I was one for a long time. Oh, I know. Yeah. Actually, I've been refed by all these. That guy in the middle,
Yes, we know him too.
he got me he wouldn't call an elbow on my forehead. I'm like, really? Yeah, I did. I'm like, look at this welt. He's like, I'm a referee.
A foul called there from the center referee. Free kick for the Sol. Couldn't quite tell what kind of action was going down on the field, but the center referee has eyes on it. Joaquin Serrano coming in. Nathaniel Pacheco checking out. Can Joaquin Serrano inject some energy into that midfield, into that front line? Sometimes he plays with a bit too much finesse, but he's got some amazing skill, amazing power, and amazing speed. The potential is there. And the ball flies in. Isaiah Madrid looking for it. High up in the air it goes. The referee letting it play. Joaquin Serrano enjoying the ball, but trying to dribble and getting dispossessed. A beautiful slide there by, is that Velasquez or Devin Mason?
Get up on your feet again. Who wants an Albuquerque Sol scarf?
And Albuquerque Sol scarves are being thrown into the crowd. The crowd is getting crazy. Everyone's on their feet.
Players on the field can hear you as well.
And a counterattack cut out once again by McAfee, who is determined to keep this lead intact.
And we had the 10th highest attendance rate out of all 64 teams in the PDL.
We've just been informed that tonight's attendance is a new Ben Rios Field record. 1,528 people in attendance here tonight. The 10th largest turnout in all of PDL. That's a huge accomplishment. And speaking of huge, you've got a huge collision here in the backfield as Carbajal putting it on the line for his team. Cutting out the attack there on BYU, paying the price. He is not faking it. That was not a flop, folks. Carbajal is a huge, strong player, and if he's hurt, you know it's bad. 10 minutes left on the clock in regulation time. That is 10 minutes too many to be losing that presence in the back, in the center, the likes of Carbajal. The coach will want to reconvene his players for a moment to tighten things up back there, to talk about how they're going to fill in that space there that Carbajal was encompassing, that whole area brilliantly, eating up the space. All those aerial balls coming through, cut out by Travis Campbell and Carbajal. You can see there Travis Campbell standing right next to him. Carbajal on his feet, but he is limping off to the sidelines. Campbell and the keeper. Campbell and the keeper there asking questions to the center referee. But it seemed to be a 50-50 challenge there, that Carbajal got the terrible end of the stick. No wishbone here. Hopefully he didn't break a bone. It looks like he's all right. He's only limping off the field. But that is a huge loss to the Albuquerque Sol. Fortunately, it's at the end of the season, but nonetheless, that is a huge blow to the defense of the Albuquerque Sol. The question is will they bring on a new player to replace him, or spray him down with that famous numbing spray and send him back on the pitch? BYU passes the ball back. And Gandaria kicking it up to Velasquez. And the ball goes out of bounds for an Albuquerque Sol throw-in.
Throw in to Albuquerque.
Gandaria looking around for his players. Gandaria turning beautifully, finding some space there. Little chip there to Velasquez, who tried to find Serrano. Not quite the connection they were hoping for. And another long ball going nowhere. They might want to reevaluate their tactics here. BYU. Some space there on the right side for Albuquerque Sol. Now Isaiah Madrid slotting it in. And a beautiful bit of play there. Serrano! Oh, how could he not find the corner there? Beautiful play there by the Albuquerque Sol. Can Serrano find some service from the side? Creates a corner kick. The Sol starting to bring about more pressure here once again. After a long bout of BYU knocking it into their box, into their defensive zone, now Sol is finding the energy to fight back and keep this lead, which you know they desperately want in this final home game. Referee, for some reason, blows the whistle to start the corner kick up. And the corner kick sails too far for a throw-in for the Cougars. Carbajal back in the game. Maybe they put some of that magic spray on him. Number 11 once again for BYU, their playmaker. BYU passing it around. Overlap attempt, finding nobody. Dispossessed. And the keeper coming out. Excellent play there. That's Lucas Champanois. Subbed in as their keeper, Victor Rodriguez from the first half. Serrano bringing it back to Madrid, who crosses it in. A beautiful attempt there. Oh, sailing wide. Beautiful technique there to recompensate on the angle of that service. Not an easy ball to get a head on. The Sol showing once again that they are not giving up on this victory. They are going for more. An anonymous donor just purchased 10 scarves to throw out into the crowd. We are pumped tonight. They're throwing t-shirts out like it's Christmas or Hanukkah. Everybody's getting something tonight, folks. This is the night for Albuquerque Sol, home team. 1,528 in attendance. Number 10 in attendance in the entire league. And possibly one of the smallest cities' populations. Just goes to show the spirit of soccer here in Albuquerque. It's reaching a fevered pitch right here at the end of the World Cup, where you see all the bars filling up. The last USA game was shown in the Chemo Theater. And a shot here deflected. Ooh, and the defense coming up huge as the wall here. With 2 minutes left in regulation time, BYU obviously having to bring the pressure here if they want to come up with any kind of positive conclusion to their game here. We've got a player down who's taking his time getting up. I think that's Ramirez. And on the other side, you've got Gandaria, who looks to be cramping in his calf. Or spending a little time. However you want to look at it. You would never know unless you were Gandaria. 1 minute left in regulation time. Another big defensive moment for the Albuquerque Sol as they wave off another attack from BYU here in the last 10 minutes. 40 seconds left in regulation time. The pressure is on. That is a foul from behind. And the referee notices right away, thankfully, to the fans here of the Albuquerque Sol. Less than 30 seconds on the clock in extra time. Tension is rising. Everyone wants to know how much injury time are we going to see here. And the ball flies in. Can they pinch him out there? Campbell to McAfee off the defensive header. McAfee keeping it, finding his player Gandaria. And a strong BYU coming in, and a beautiful dispossession there. And a beautiful clearance there by Isaiah Madrid, making sure that nothing is going through into the defensive third of the Albuquerque Sol. 45 minutes is up. Injury time has not been announced. I have been corrected. 4 minutes on injury time. 4 stressful minutes for the Albuquerque Sol. This injury time brought to you by BKB Law. Brian K. Branch. If you've got an injury, BKB Law is right there for you. Official sponsor of the Albuquerque Sol. A stressful moment here, defending this corner kick. And it is too far. Joaquin Serrano making sure it is going into the backfield there. The keeper playing far out for BYU. Kicking it far back into the definite Cabeza de Carabajal. Vámonos, Albuquerque Sol. BYU finding some space. This is not a good moment here, but into the safe hands of Champenois. Champenois. Out to Serrano, who for some reason just kicks it into the backfield of the defense. He's got to know he's got to find feet there. And a beautiful header. Serrano trying to play finesse, finding a pass. A nice idea there, but not enough speed for the Albuquerque Sol striker, number 14, Brian Windsor. The ball is headed back up to Madrid, who finds some control, who will keep possession. You can always count on Madrid to make a beautiful pass to Serrano. Serrano, can he find service to his player? Oh! If he would have found service, it would not have counted. An offsides flag has been raised. Serrano maybe could have gone a little sooner there.
Checking in for Albuquerque, number 7,
Jaime Hernandez coming in for the Albuquerque Sol. And out comes Isaiah Madrid, who has had a beautiful performance tonight with an assist and a goal. One of the most beautiful goals we've seen this entire season. A big round of applause for Isaiah Madrid, who's taking his time, walking off the field. Lots of pressure here. Long ball. Going. Unfortunately for the Albuquerque Sol, that was outside the box. Champenois coming out a little late. A very scary moment for the fans here as Champenois takes out their striker. Couldn't tell if it was in the box or outside the box. Couldn't tell if that referee was going to throw a red card, a yellow card, but he threw nothing. I think we'll thank him for that one. And the ball comes in. McAfee throwing a foot out. And another defensive moment for the Albuquerque Sol. Can they stop this last attack? Number 11 finding his way in. A shot. A sigh of relief. Imminent danger in the box. Number 11 from BYU keeping the pressure on the Albuquerque Sol. Albuquerque Sol has to find a way to keep them at bay for another minute. All it takes is a minute. All it takes is 1 second and the ball's in the back of the net. Not time right here to lose composure. Serrano with the ball, finding feet, and that is the game. The Albuquerque Sol with the victory.